and those jurors they had up there. But guess what? We got this because we know the truth. We know what happened. And I just had to come see my baby, let him know that we got this.
It's so sad.
Been just as I was in the end. And it's always going to be lonely enough forever. I'm just mad as hell. And I ain't going to say I'm mad at the state because them people did what they can do. And just those bouncers got there and lied and played. And I was paid off, even to the jurors. The deputies, they were all full of bullshit down there. They only saw what they want to see. And people who, the bloggers and all that, they didn't see the inside of what was really going on in that courtroom. I know in my heart of heart and stuff, I was paying attention to. It was a lot of injustice going on just with people, period, in that courtroom. From the deputies, I know for a fact. And just stuff that was going on in general. But at the end of the day, we got this. It's always, like I said, gonna be long live Nutt forever. I'm gonna be okay. We as a family gonna be okay, and we're gonna get through this. But right now, I'm just mad. I'm upset.
That's so sad.
But I still got my faith, my grace and mercy, and the higher power that we do serve. And I just had to come to let my baby know that Mama was there. Your daddy was there. We was there. Ned was there. Your stepmom was there. We fought. We fought a good fight. And we're going to continue to fight. And we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. But Mama just had to come see you. And just talk to you and let you know. I'm like, I have never got on here just to broadcast my business. I spoke my piece. Well spoke. But right now, I think it's time for me to do this. I sat there and I didn't want to go down to hear a verdict. And I kind of wasn't in there. But I already knew it was going to be some bullshit with this. I just kind of felt it in my spirit this morning. So I kind of procrastinated. And we got there, of course. It was the unthinkable was heard, not guilty. But though they know they're guilty. They knew in 2010, January 15th, that they were all guilty. And the parents, they could sit down there and clap. I'm without words, y'all. I'm without words.
That's so sad.
I truly am without words. But I just thank God for the love and support that people have been there with my baby through this process. And to all the people who just, it was so many. This case was tried basically on social media bullshit.
Yeah.
All those bloggers.
It was.
And think they know the system and what happened. We as a family, we the people know what happened. We really know what happened. But
can you hear me?
like I said, at the end of the day,
Elected? Yes.
We as a family, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna get through this, and it's still gonna be long live Nutt forever. Yeah, my baby is, y'all. I just had to come see him and let him know it's gonna be okay. Somebody already been up here to visit him, y'all, with a Patron bar. They know his drink of choice. But like I said, it's gonna be okay. because victory is ours in the end. I just had to come up here and do this for my baby. And come see him. Let him know it's okay. We're going to be all right as a family. Because they might not been found guilty in the eyes of the law. And those fake ass jurors they had up there.
Haven't been a lawyer for 160 something days of the YSL trial. And we finally have a verdict. I just woke up. I missed it. I was asleep and I missed watching it live. But here's the moment.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I understand that you all have reached a verdict. Mr. Foreperson, is that correct? All right. And was it unanimous? Yes. All right. All right. Mr. Kendrick, you have been found not guilty on all charges. Mr. Stillwell, can you please stand? You have been found guilty on count 64, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and not guilty on every other charge. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you are officially released from further service, and I cannot express the degree of thanks that Fulton County owes you for your service. Given the length of this trial, you have paid close attention this entire time, and I appreciate your devotion, as I'm sure do the parties in this case.
Boy, I know Miss Love done blew a kitten hill out here, huh? I know Miss Love done blew a goddamn kitten hill, huh? Yak Gotti, not guilty on all charges. Shannon, all he caught was a strap charge. Everything else, not guilty. I repeat, Yak Gotti, not guilty on all charges. Shannon, all he caught was a strap charge. What is that? 5 with a 3. But we gonna mind our business though. I just want to say hallelujah. This is nothing but the grace of God. The state, aka Fulton County, y'all should be a goddamn shame to yourselves. Y'all thought y'all could come against the world and act like y'all could just throw all this stuff on these young men. We've been working tirelessly, day and night. Love, Hilton, Fanny, well, her little raggedy ass. How does this feel, huh? Yak Gotti and Shannon, they coming home, baby. I just want to salute y'all because y'all stood still in the midst of all of this. And I told you this, Yak. Right when it's about to be a breakthrough, bro, the devil worked, bro. Y'all did it, bro. Y'all sat there. Y'all kept y'all composure. Doug, I see you. I was nervous for you, Doug. When you grabbed Yak, I was like, Lord, what is they gonna say? But all I'm gonna say, y'all, is this has been a phenomenal last year of my life. And I can't do nothing but praise God. This is amazing. Y'all boys, first thing y'all better do is go to goddamn church. I don't give a damn what y'all thought y'all was going to live, whatever. Go to goddamn church and praise the Lord. I'm Smack the Messenger, and this concludes the first YSL trial. I'm just a messenger.
If 2 + 2 is 4 and Fulton County tried the RICO case for 765 days, why do we have 2 not guilty verdicts right now and the head of the criminal enterprise at home on probation? Is Rico in the room with us right now? So some of the jurors have been giving post-trial interviews, post-game interviews damn near, and some of y'all, I just want y'all to be careful because it sounds like you're 2 seconds away from saying when Brian Still almost got held in contempt in court, that was the funniest day on Twitter. Mind you, y'all aren't supposed to be on Twitter. And if y'all using Instagram photos and rap lyrics to lock people up, bitch, I'm the first one to the gulag. I didn't know that being a bad bitch on Instagram was a crime. And there are a lot of things we could talk about with respect to this trial, but I really want to get into what some of the jurors were saying about Attorney Hilton's closing statement. And I want to get into that because there's something that black police officers and black prosecutors will do, and they will try to identify with you, try to kind of sister girl you, try to connect with you based on your culture and your maybe even some would say identity politics to try to get a conviction. Now, hear me when I say this. I don't think that connecting with somebody based on culture, based on, oh, I'm from the South, you're from the South, I don't think that's always a bad thing. I think it's natural for people to do that. But when you put it in a context of trying a case, so what happens is, you might be a prosecutor or anybody in law enforcement, what they'll do is they'll come here from different places. Atlanta's a transplant city, so you might come here from New York, California, whatever, and start trying to assimilate, talk like certain people in the South, and it's not going to work for you the same way because you are trying to put somebody in jail. That's not going to work for you. You can't use those same tactics because it's not like you're trying to identify with me because we're trying to move to a new city and make new friends and we're trying to be cool. No, you're trying to use that. You're trying to use someone's identity and culture to put someone behind bars. Like one of the jurors said in one of the post-game interviews, you can see through it, and it's insulting to try to come down here and try to talk to me a certain type of way because you think I'm from a certain type of place. Especially you weren't talking like that during the trial, so why are you talking like that now? It's insulting. Jurors can see through that inauthenticity. They can see right through it, and they saw right through it in the closing. When you're trying to level with me, trying to use my culture and my identity in order to get someone else, in order to convict somebody else. I'm just saying you don't have to do that.
He has known Jeffrey Williams since he was a little boy. They grew up together in the same community, the Cleveland Avenue community. And much of this, as we have learned, started as kids who were friends and developed into a good deal of success for Mr. Winfrey and Mr. Williams in the music industry. To the extent that, for example, if Mr. Winfrey is working with Kendrick Lamar, who is a famous artist, and, Jeffrey Williams, should he be on a tour together, that the no contact means no personal contact. There may be occasions where they are in the same arena together because of a tour that involves multiple artists. I don't know that this will happen, Judge, but I am anticipating this and just want to be really clear for Mr. Winfrey's sake and for the record's sake that the prosecutor is intending for there to be no personal contact between these two individuals for the duration of Mr. Winfrey's sentence and or Mr. Williams' sentence. As I understand, he has a similar condition. What we don't want is if, for example, Mr. Winfrey is able to book a tour with another artist whose management company is negotiating with him, and it relates to Mr. Williams, that he would be in violation. He just wants to understand the scope of it. I've discussed this with the prosecutor. The prosecutor has indicated that his intent with this no contact is no personal contact, no personal phone calls, no personal text messages, no personal communications with Mr. Williams for the duration of his sentence. But it does not mean that if, for example, there is a professional opportunity where his lawyers are negotiating with Mr. Williams's lawyers, that would not be, for example, a violation of his bond. And just wanted to make that point for the record, Your Honor. But he is absolutely understanding that no contact means no personal contact whatsoever. And to the extent there is a professional reason to have contact, that will be done through third parties with Mr. Williams's third-party representatives.
And I wanted to tell y'all about my experience on the YSL trial. I'm just kidding. I just see all these people coming forward saying that they was on a YSL trial, so I thought that I would join, because I know all these people could not have been jurors on the YSL trial. But I thought it was a good way to grab people's attention, especially since the verdicts that just came out today from the YSL trial. So can all the real jurors step forward and come up? And I'm sorry if I made y'all mad. Y'all probably really thought that I was one of the jurors. I know I'm wrong for that. I'm sorry, guys. No, but I seriously can't wait until the YSL trial jurors start coming forward and doing their interviews. And I hope they let, I'm not a lawyer, but I hope her, I forget her real name, but we all know I'm not a lawyer, but I hope they allow her to do their interviews, because she has been covering that trial for the whole 100-something days. And I always looked at her recaps, okay? Nobody else recaps but hers, because they were chef's kiss. I love how she breaks stuff down and explain things. But hope y'all have a good night, and I'm sorry again.
Actually telling a real story. What did you guys think about the lyrics, and how much did that weigh into your decision?
I believe in freedom of speech, regardless if we agree or disagree, and it is a very thin line to take lyrics and to put it into trial. He is an artist, he's expressing himself, and I think that we go into a slippery slope when we start to analyze lyrics and music. And that is something that I have to disagree with wholeheartedly. I personally don't believe that lyrics should not have been brought into the format or to be tried. I believe in freedom of speech, and I think that's what he was doing, expressing his music, and he has a huge following, and I wish him the very best.
Generally speaking, how did you guys feel about the lyrics being used? But then 225, what did you think? What was happening when the request came out for the songs?
We'll let Tutu Bobby.
Okay.
I mean, for me personally, I didn't care about the lyrics. Like, I mean, I grew up listening to Eminem. He killed his wife in like 5 songs. So, like, to me, it was art. Like, I can't necessarily say that somebody doing like what they say in their music is what they're actually doing. So like, I didn't put much weight on the lyrics. But I will say that the reason why it was one particular juror that asked to hear the lyrics again, and it was more so because English ain't her first language, I don't think. She's from another country, and she said that she couldn't understand, like when they played the lyrics, she wanted to hear it one more time because she couldn't necessarily pick up what they were saying. So she just wanted to hear it one more time. But it was literally just one person that wanted to hear the lyrics. I think overall with the jurors that were deliberating, the lyrics weren't really a thing.
Sitting in traffic, so these are my thoughts on the YSL trial that nobody asked for. One, I will say, where there's smoke, there's fire. So is there some truth to YSL being a gang and like all of these criminal activities happening like 10 plus years ago in Georgia? Probably. But the way that like none of us on TikTok or in the world that watched this trial happen, the way that the state presented this case in such a disorganized fashion, they really had no real facts or proof. They were trying to like piece proof together and make stuff up. And anybody, you don't need a law degree to watch this trial to be like, wait a minute, how are you getting from point A to point B? Because this is not making sense. So Fanny, Hilton, and Love, I don't know. I mean, are they still going to have, well, Fanny is, but are they still going to have jobs after this? And now the other YSL members that still have to have a trial, hopefully will get pled out, because if these guys were found not guilty, they let Thug go on probation and time served. Like, wrap this up, because real talk, there's so many people who have cases in Georgia that need to get tried. I actually know someone who like has a case in Georgia that they're just like waiting. They don't even know when their case is going to get tried because all of the resources are being tied up with this case. And I just think all of these guys, Thug, Yak, Shannon, Stillwell, all these guys really honestly need to thank God that they have another chance at life. They have another chance just in life to do good and not break any laws. And I hope they are grateful, and I hope they take full advantage of the opportunity that they have.